This is Larry Henares making your day with an article I wrote on money for those who cannot afford it. The 13th part, the 13th and the last part of this massive article I wrote on money. So, what now? What happens to us next? And we continue to quote. We earn the dollars we need by exporting handicrafts, cheap labor materials, cheap labor, cheap raw materials in the form of overseas contract workers and subcontracting the making of electronic parts from multinationals, competing with cheaper products from China. Our trade deficit is almost endemic. Where do we get the dollars to make up for our trade deficit? From non-trade sources like portfolio investments in the stock market and short-term back deposits, which can leave the country at the first time of trouble. To attract hot money, we keep our currency stable and our interest rate higher than those of other countries, enough to make the investor feel confident that he can make money without any foreign exchange risk. The fundamental weakness in our economy is that, unlike Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, we do not have industrial infrastructures to manufacture what we need. We are nations of consumers, not producers. And to pay for what we consume, we export products of low marginal productivity, using more of our precious resources to produce export products of little added value. And we depend on temporary replacements of hot money to make our shortfalls. The jackals of the economic jungle, the speculators, are quick to sense this, and knowing that the government tends for political purposes to defend the indefensible, they start to buy as many dollars as they can with the pesos they can beg and borrow. The government falls into the trap of selling dollars at the accepted rate within a narrow band of fluctuation. Other speculators smell blood and join the attack, encouraged by the expectation that by buying dollars at 26 pesos per dollar and then selling them at a higher price of 29 pesos per dollar, they can make millions. The government retaliates by forcing lending rates up in order until it becomes expensive to borrow pesos to buy dollars with. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with the 13th and last part of an article I wrote on money for those who can't have it. Money, what now? At some point, the government decides that it costs too much to defend the peso. Speculators can afford to borrow at 30% per annum if they can force the valuation of 11% in a few days. So it happened thus that the Banco Central finally gave up and allowed the peso to devalue and to allow it to fluctuate within a wider range of values. It is too late to make up for our shortcomings. We are in a free market and an open economy, whether we want to be or not, and our people have to compete globally for survival. We are not without hope. We can bypass so-called basic industries now plagued by overcapacity and obsolescence and leapfrog into the information highway and service industries. We can have call centers, for instance, which is a growing industry here. We can encourage students from Asia to come here to learn English and to get a good, expensive education. Also, American students who pay $30,000 per semester in the United States compared to $2,000 for the best in the Philippines. We can promote our medical facilities among Americans and Europeans sick of expensive health maintenance. We can encourage our recruiters to offer Filipino technicians and professionals, accountants and managers for employment in other countries. By abolishing tariff duties on computers, recording equipment, paper, and printing paraphernalia, we can compete effectively against Hong Kong and be the computer programming center, the music recording center, and the publication center in this part of the world. Because those are the fields we are really good at. And to hell with the 3 oil companies who suck our blood, who set prices under gentlemen's agreement that in other countries would be considered a monopolistic practice, a combination and conspiracy in restraint of trade. If we have to deregulate, let us abolish all our tariff preferences for these bloodsuckers and allow other foreign oil companies to import oil, set up depots, and compete on the same basis as these corporate Draculas. We need more and more players in the oil industry to have effective competition and low prices. This is Larry Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.